right, so this is episode 2 called The Forgotten Necropolis. I'll be playing once again all 5 characters. I've got the cards out. They don't have to be shuffled. I did shuffle the Knot of Snakes because these little tokens right here are what the setup here calls for. So I've placed those. This room right here begins upside down. I assume at some point that it will get flipped, maybe. I don't know. I've placed all the tokens that are needed for, exploring and examining, as well as the doors. I've got the Anubis, a snake head, and a gong here. And of course, in those rooms, there are some things. In some rooms, there are not. I begin the game with 19 fate tokens. I think the game is telling me that I need to start using these. I'm thinking the game's going to get a little harder. This is the camp suitcase where I keep all the gold coins and everything. So just FYI, because of the upgrades that I've been able to do to my camp, this says at the start of each episode, the first player rolls 1 inspection die and logs the results. So I'm going to go ahead and roll that right here. I rolled a torch. So I'll go ahead and record that I have a torch. This says I can choose up to 2 traumas on Explorer profiles and discard them. If you watched the last video, Riot and Eleanor both had traumas. So to get rid of those, it says it costs $4. So I'm going to spend 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these go back in the supply. And that leaves me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. That leaves me with the last one, which says each explorer may discard 1 fate token for $2. So these are the suitcases right here, or the backpacks that contain the cards and fate tokens that the players or the adventurers had. What I'm going to do is, I can't remember. I'm going to open those up, and if I do have any fate tokens, I will spend the $2 to get rid of those. I also had 1 XP. I'm going to spend that to get Riot the ability to use the ability on himself. And then finally, it's not on this sheet, but I get 2 reroll tokens each game that I can provide to a player. So I'm going to give it to Eleanor because I like her to be able to reroll the white dice. And I'm going to give it to Frank because he's my fighter. So I'm going to spend that XP and take those. And now I'm going to move the camera up and get started with the game. All right, time to play. All right, my explorers are beginning on this tile right here. I'll go ahead and shuffle the Knot of Snakes. There are 5 of them, 1 for each of the adventurers. They will draw one of these randomly when they engage with a snake for the first time. The trauma cards I've already shuffled, but I'm going to go ahead and shuffle those again. These are what my explorers pick up if they take 5 injuries when they take 5 damage tokens. Let me go ahead and move this. This is the suitcase with my gold coins in it. I'll just put this over here. And 19 fate tokens, and I think I'm ready to begin. The rules, so what's going on here is they found the tomb, but they've decided to go. There was a nearby settlement that I guess they spotted. They've gone to travel to it to ask the locals if they know anything about about the area. So they've stumbled upon this village that's actually sitting on top of an old necropolis. So it's called the Forgotten Necropolis. It says the first player takes the purple eye card. So this one right here. And these don't have to be shuffled, by the way. They're just, you pick them up when you're told. All right. Stifling heat. After the silence, the sun becomes unbearable. Straight above your heads, that flaming star bears down on you with all its might. You enter the village panting, squinting, and covered in sweat. How can you have already used up your entire water supply? It defies belief. You must find shade and cooler temperatures or you'll end up parched and desiccated. All right, at the start of your turn, so this goes to the first player, which is going to be Frank. At the start of your turn, put 1 fate token on this card. If you're in a sand zone, add 1 extra fate. If any explorer is supposed to take a fate token and the stock is empty, take the purple hand card. All right, so we don't want to run out of fate tokens. All right, so at the start of your turn, put a fate token, and it says if you're in a sand zone, which I am, you put 2. So he's already got 2 tokens. So I need to get him into the shade, I assume. All right, so Frank is going first. I'm not going to worry about dealing with these. I'm going to deal with just getting him out of the heat. It does not appear that it affects them, just him. So I'm going to have him move, and he'll fight. So he draws the first knot of snakes, and it has 1 health. All right. Frank, fortunately, rolls an extra fight die, and then he has the crowbar, which says roll 1 extra die. So he gets to roll 4 dice when he attacks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 4 fight dice, and he's going to fight this knot of snakes. I just need 1 green check mark, and I got it. These don't count because there's only 1 enemy there, so he does defeat it, and his turn is done. Again, I'm not going to have him worry about investigating these things. He needs to get out of the heat. Okay, up next is Eleanor. Eleanor is right here. I will go ahead and have her investigate this, which is the orange gong. So for 1 action, she will investigate it. Here we go. Event. As you move through the village, the sand starts to ripple before your eyes as if it were coming to life. Is it your imagination or an optical illusion caused by the heat? You bend over to look at the ground and gasp. Snakes are surfacing and immediately leap at your throat. Add 3 knots of snakes to the zone. Great. All right. Didn't waste any time there. Let me get 3 more. All right. Let me confirm. It says add 3 knots of snakes to the zone. 1, 2, 3, and immediately perform a free fight action. If you eliminate at least 1 knot, take the purple gong. I thought I just did the, purple gong, I took the orange. All right, so she's got a fight. She has to do it. Her fight is just 2 dice. She needs at least 1 check mark to defeat a fate token, one of the snake faces to take a fate token. Excellent. All right, so she not only defeats 1, she defeats 2 of them. And it says, if you eliminate at least 1, take the purple gong. All right. Okay. Snake carcass. It's an item relic that you can keep. This creature's innards are, in fact, a complex assembly of cogs. No technology you've ever seen before is capable of imitating nature this perfectly. When you get this card, check off a book space in the logbook for each knot of snakes you just eliminated. Excellent. So I get 2 books. All right. And she can keep that and sell it for $1 later. So I'm going to put this under her thing here. All right, so that was her first action. The fight did not cost her an action. It said it was a free fight. So she will now, and she investigated this, so this goes away. Oh, and by the way, she has to pick, everybody has to get a knot of snakes. So Eleanor will get this one. Rebecca will get this one. Robert will get this one, and Riot will get this one. All right, so everybody has their snake token now. Because the snakes appeared there, they all now had to draw the token, and there's 1 left. All right, so she investigated. If she moves, this will get to bite her. So instead, what I'm going to do is I am going to... I really want her to be able to move, but she can't. So I might as well have her fight. I'll have her fight. She's got a reroll token, so I just need 1 green check. I got nothing. I will choose this to reroll 1 die. I will take the fate token. So I can turn this to a green check. I have to take a fate token, but I get to kill this one, and that is that. All right, so she is done. It is now Rebecca's turn. Rebecca here will move 1, 2, and she'll stop. So she's done. Can't fight, but that's okay. Actually, oh boy. I shouldn't have done that. You know what? I'm just going to move here. Knowing that when you move into spots with snakes, they're going to get a free attack. So I'll move 1 and then explore this. So I get to the hand. An event. The edifice in front of you is intriguing. You notice that the wall is cracked in several places. I think that's this. And decide to try to pierce an opening. How much time do you want to spend doing it? Take the card, take the snake card, or take 1 fate token and take the, or take 2 fate tokens and take the, I'm going to have her take 2 fate tokens because I think the more fate she takes, the better the result. So it says take the purple strange symbol that I've not figured out. It's that one. All right, so I took 2. So well, it says take this card or take, okay, so I get a choice. So I take this. You work for nearly an hour to decipher the hieroglyphics on the wall, trying to identify weak spots to press in a specific order. With every success, part of the edifice cracks. Even though you're making good progress, the suffocating heat may do you in if you stay longer. Check off as many spaces in the logbook as there are explorers in your zone, and then put 1 injury token in room F. What is it? This is room F. If that's the 3rd one, take this card. Okay, so I put an injury token here. And I can check off as many, I can check off 2 spaces. So I tell you what, I'm going to check off a gear and a magnifier. So now I've got 1 of each. And I need to see, what is it going to take to get a reward? It looks like it'll take 2 torches, 2 books, 1 magnifier, and 1 gear. So I just need 1 more book. Oh, no, 1 more torch. Yeah, 1 more torch and I will get this reward, whatever that may be. All right. If it's the 3rd one, take the Ankh card. So do I take that or do I leave it? Okay, so if I do it again, so I think I leave that here, and then this is what allows you, that's what you do. You don't take that. And you don't take that. You put that back. All right. So I guess she can keep working on this and put it. Once 3 injuries are on here, I'll bet you break into it. All right. That is her turn. She moved and she investigated. Okay. And she's got 2 fate tokens on her. Now it is Robert's turn. Robert will move here. I'm going to have him do the exact same thing. He will, do I want to take 1 fate token or 2? I'll take 2, and that lets me get this card again, which says check off as many spaces as there are. Now I get to check off 3 and get a damaged on there. Okay, so I can, and then these go back. So I can check off 3 this time. Well, let's go ahead and do a torch. And what else do I want to get here? You want to maximize the rewards you get. So this will require a lot of torches. I got to get 5 torches to reach that. The books, I've got to get 1 and 1. I got to get a lot. To get both rewards, I got to get a lot of things. So let's just keep it even. We'll go, so I started with 1 torch, and then I just got 2, and so I got the gear and the magnifier. So now I get 3. So I will get a... Did I already check the torch? I think I did. I think I just put a torch check on there. I did, because I had the books. So I put 1, 2, 3. All right, so everything's got 2 check marks on it now. All right, so Robert moved and he investigated, and he's got 2 fate. All right, so up next is Riot. Riot will move, and he'll do the exact same thing. So this time I only need, I wonder if 1 fate token will put a damage on there. Let's not risk it. I'm going to take 2 fate tokens. I'm probably going to regret this. 2 fate, and then Oh, wait a minute. What? That was this. This is this. Check off as many spaces. Now I can check off 4. Nice. So I'll put 1 on each. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess that means they're helping him. And then it says put a damage. And then if it's the 3rd one, which it is, take the, I can't tell if that's purple or brown. It looks brown. Brown Ankh. That looks brown. Part of the edifice collapses. Your shocked eyes discover that the rough structure was hiding an ornately carved mausoleum. Flip room F over and put a door in front of the explorer who placed the 3rd token. All right, so a door goes here. Put a door in front and put the Ankh token on it. Okay, so this. Roll as many inspection dice as there are fate tokens remaining in the stock. Maximum of 5, so I can roll 5. Log the results, then add 2 knots of snakes to room F for each X rolled. All right, so roll these. I didn't get any X's, so I got a torch, a gear, and 2 magnifiers. I'm not gonna use any fate dice now. All right, so there are no snakes in there, which is good. And this event is done. All right, so Riot moved and he investigated and he is done. Now it is the beginning of the turn. Well, there are no snakes here, but what you do is Frank has to do his start of phase, which means he adds 2 fate tokens because he's still in the heat. All right. If you were in a sand zone at the start of your turn, put 1 fate. If you were in a sand zone, add 1. Okay, so he's got to get indoors and stay indoors. Wow, this is going to be hard. Those fate tokens, I'm down to 3, 6, 7, 8. Oh wow, out of 19. Okay. So the snake, or the knot of snakes for Frank. 1, 2. What did I do with his? All right, his is right here. Start chart. Move all the knots of snakes from adjacent zones to your zone. All right, these 2 will move here. If no knots could be moved, every explorer in your zone takes 1 poison. Well, they could. All right, so this is good. Now we go to Eleanor. Eleanor, move all knots of snakes from your zone. She's not here. Move all the knots from your zone to a zone. If that is not possible, take a poison. So she takes a poison just for grins. And by the way, poisons don't go away. They stay and they take a permanent until you get to the camp. All right, so she's done. Rebecca, all other explorers in your zone take 1 poison. If you are the only explorer, take a poison and injury. So all other explorers take a poison. Man. All right, that would be poison, poison. And the rules say you can only get 1 poison, so you can't have 2. Oh, and Frank gets 1, sorry. Eleanor already had 1, so she didn't have to worry about that. All right. Doc, take 1 injury. Man. 1 injury. Plus 1 extra injury for each knot of snakes in adjacent zones. Well, adjacent. There aren't any, so he doesn't have to worry about that. And then Riot, immediately roll 2 fight dice and apply the results. So he gets a free fight with these 2 snakes. What do I do with them? Here we go. 2 fight dice. 2 checks, so excellent. So those are gone. All right, that's good. And now it is the start of the explorer's turn. I'm going to get Frank. Is there anything in here I forgot? Roll as many, flip over door and put a door in it, place the 3rd injury. Roll as many inspection dice as are, add 2 knots. Okay, so there's nothing in there? Oh, no. The red Ankh. I got to open the door. All right, so Frank's turn. Frank will open the door. Slightly worried, you open the door. You can just barely make out the outlines of a huge snake through the slight mist in the room. Its head sways under the vaulted ceiling. Its tail ends in a sharp stinger, and steel plates cover its body. You call the other explorers over to help you. So this goes away. There is a naga in there. A naga, great, is one of these giant snakes. And there's a green hand. Green hand. Sorry, just looking for the token that I need to put in there. There it is. Okay, so there's a green hand in there. The explorer with the most fate tokens in their backpack takes the brown eye card. Fate tokens would be Frank. He has the most. So he takes the brown eye. Is that brown? Yeah. Brown eye token. The gigantic snake stares at you. You're petrified. It's as if it were strangling you from afar. Its huge, lidless eyes are the only thing you can see. A purplish light surrounds you. You feel trapped. The light disappears after running through your body and equipment. Discard one of your equipped items. Great. That's the crowbar. And 2 fate tokens. All right, so he gets rid of 2 fate. All right, well, that's good. But he loses his crowbar, which is too bad because that gave him that 3rd die. And this was a episode 0 card, so it is gone. Okay, that's that. So Frank needs to get in there and fight it. I need to get the Naga cards out. Let's see, Naga. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Man, these Nagas do not look friendly. Oh, they have 5 health. Ooh. All right, do I want to go in there and fight that thing? Probably not. Although there is a green token in there, I may have to. So let me shuffle these, and nobody's engaged one yet, so I don't have to draw yet. So I'm going to leave that alone. So Frank investigated, or did the door, and I'm going to have him move. Move here. Move there. He's done. All right. Eleanor, she needs to move. 1, 2. She's done. Rebecca will go 1. And we'll go ahead and investigate this. It's the orange Anubis head. It's an archaeologist brush. Equip it. You may re-roll the X side of an inspection dice 1 time during search actions. Okay. I'll equip that. Okay. So she moved and she invested. So she's done, and this is gone. And did I do the hand? I think I did. Is the orange hand still in here? No, I did do the hand, so this token can go away as well. All right, who's left? That would be the Professor and Riot. Professor will move 1 and 2. I'm trying to avoid those snakes. And Riot will, these are also gone. Riot will move 1, and he'll heal. Well, he can heal at the end of his turn, so I can move him. I'm going to leave him there. Actually, I'm going to move him here with these. That's a snake in there, and he's going to get a free attack. I'm going to leave him. Okay, so they are stuck. He'll waive his turn, and he'll heal this injury from the Professor because he's adjacent. And that is the end of the Explorer's turn. All right, now Frank is still outside, so he takes 2 fate tokens back. And now it's the snakes. So on Frank's turn, move all knots from adjacent zones. That's here and here. And that's that. All right. And then Rebecca, or Eleanor's, is move all the knots from your zone. She is here To a zone containing at least one other. She can move these, move all of them here. She can move them here. All right, that was good. Rebecca, all other explorers in your zone take 1 poison. But you know what? There's no knots here. That's right. She does not take it. And she shouldn't either. Eleanor, there was no snake, so she shouldn't do that. It's only if there are knots of snakes in your zone that you do the start of turn effects. All right, so that goes away. And was the professor there? I believe he was, so he should still have it. And so would Frank, because there were knots of snakes there when she did that. All right, now the professor, take 1 injury and 1 extra injury for each knot. So he takes 3 injuries in all. Man. 1, 2, 3. He's at full. So another injury, and he'll have to take a trauma card. Okay, and then Riot immediately roll 2 fight dice. Well, there's no snakes here, so he doesn't do that. All right, so now we're back to Frank. Frank needs to go and get out of the heat. I'm going to have Frank move here for 1, and he'll fight. He gets 3 dice, not 4, and there's 2 snakes. Ooh, okay. He has a reroll token. So I will burn that to reroll an X. And I could take 2 fate tokens. I'm going to do it. I hate to do it, but I'm going to take them because I need to kill all these snakes. These go away. And he took the 2, so those go away. All right, so he is done. I changed these to check marks. All right, so he moved and he fought, and that is it. All right, now it is Eleanor's turn. Eleanor will move and investigate this door with a snake head. So red snake head. Even before you enter the room, you realize it is not empty. Threatening voices can be heard through the flimsy wooden door. If you decide to open it, take the red eye card. Otherwise, put it back. You know what? I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. Take the red eye card. So the door is gone. The red eye card. You fling the door open. To your surprise, to surprise your enemies. Your eyes open wide when you see a poisoned knife speeding towards you. Place 2 zealots in the room. All right. I haven't painted the zealots yet. So I hate it that they're not painted, but I will get them painted. They're in here. And there's another door. Oh, great. Okay. There's a door here with a red strange symbol, which probably leads to another room. Take 1 injury and 1 poison, unless you're equipped with a shield or armor. She is. She's got armor, so she does not take it. Nice. By the way, this armor card was the reward for completing the last mission. I completed a whole column in the check boxes for the different discovery dice, and I got that as a reward. And I gave it to her, which lucked out. Okay, so she opened the door and sees these in there. All right, so she moved and she did. So she's done. It is now Rebecca's turn. Rebecca will go 1. She can't move in, so she's going to investigate this door with a red gong. Might as well open all the doors. The door has been forced open. You carefully push it aside. Inside, in front of you, a zealot is squatting near a dead body. He's chanting a strange incantation in a rough language you've never heard before. So this is gone. And there's another zealot in this room. Okay, that's it. All right. So probably have to defeat the zealot. All right, so I haven't engaged them yet, so I don't have to draw cards. She moved, she opened the door, so she's done. Now we got Robert. Robert needs to open this door so that Frank can get in there. This one is the red Anubis. The door is securely locked. There's no way in. Put it back in the pile. Nice. All right. So he can't do that. So instead, I'm going to investigate this orange eye. The building in front of you is very intriguing. It seems to mysteriously pull at you, and you eventually notice its foundation appears to be weak. You decide to dig in the sand at the base of the wall to try to open it. Take as many fate tokens as you like, no minimum. Then roll 4 inspection dice. No minimum. So I could take 0. Then roll 4 inspection. You may reroll any of the dice 1 time for each fate token you took. If you roll at least 2 torches, take this card. If not, take this card. All right, I'm not taking fate tokens because he's already got 2 and I don't have many left here. So, roll 4 inspection dice. I need 2 torches. It says you may reroll any of the dice. Oh, you know what? The professor also gets 2 gold coins at the start of each game, and he can use those to reroll. Actually, he can use those to turn every time you may discard 1 of these coins to turn 1 die to any side. Right now, I could spend both of them to turn these to torches. Let's do it. I got 1 torch, so do I record these? It does not say to record these. Okay, so I don't record these. Darn it. Those were good rolls. Those are 1 of each. But I did roll. I'm going to spend 1 gold coin to turn this to a torch. So I got 2 torches, and it says if you rolled at least 2 torches, take the purple scarab. Purple scarab. Is that the brown scarab or the purple? It's purple. Purple scarab. There it is. You dig at the base, in the sand at the base of the wall for several long minutes. The job, unfortunately, turns out to be Herculean, and the effort is exhausting in the suffocating heat. Still, you've managed to damage the edifice. Check off 2 torches in your logbook. Torches, 1, 2. Then put 1 injury in room F. Is that F? Yeah, no, wait a minute. The red, put this card, okay, so it's not that one, it's this one. I'm not going to do that anymore. I already know what's in that room, so I don't need to go in there. Then put 1 injury room in token F. So there's 1 injury here. If it's the 3rd one, take the brown Ankh card, which I already did. Yeah, I already did this, so this is a mistake. So, wow, how did that happen? So he took this.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.
Okay, so this was the card he took, which was this. The building in front of you. So there was 1 here and 1 here. So there must be 2 doors into this. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So I did do this, and this went away, but I'm not gonna dig at it anymore. There's no point, because I know how to get in there. I can get in there through here. All right, so this goes away, and for his other one, I'll do this snake head. Oh no, he can't. He tried to do the door, then he investigated. So he's done. He's done. Sorry. Now it is Riot's turn. Riot needs to stay near the professor to heal him. So Riot will move here, do the snake head. It's an event. A thud startles you. It came from an edifice without any openings. Was it perhaps the village? It's this one again. You have another thud. So he's not going to do this. So that's going away. I'm not going to waste any more energy on that. And he is done. I have a feeling I got to go in there because that green hand says I got to do something. All right, so he's done. It is now the beginning of the round. Frank takes 2. And there are no snakes, so I don't have to do the snakes. And so Frank cannot get in here. He can't. So instead, he will move 1, 2. He's done. Eleanor, I'm going to have Eleanor move into here. With 1 zealot, she's probably okay. And I'm going to have her fight. The exclamation for the zealot, and I didn't draw the zealot cards. Let me do those. Zealots. Zealots, zealots. Where are you guys? Zealot. Now, here they are. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so she's the first one to engage with one. So I will draw this. Move a zealot from your zone to a zone containing only one explorer. If that is not possible, take an injury. So she takes an injury. I cannot move it here because there's 2. All right, so she engaged. But the exclamation. Oh no, I don't have to do that because it's not. She moved and she's fighting. This is the start of the turn, so that doesn't happen yet. But the exclamation says take an injury and move 1 knot of snakes from your zone to an adjacent. That's a knot of snakes. The zealot's the one I want. Move a zealot, take 1 injury and give a zealot 1 injury. All right, so the zealot has an injury. So the zealots have 2 health. All right, there we go. And then the X, take 1 injury for each zealot in your zone. So she takes another injury. Great. Okay. All right. Let's get, she moved, she fought. Let's get her, Rebecca, in here. She moves and she will fight. Her crowbar, her whip allows her to reroll 1 die 1 time. I'm going to reroll, well, let me draw her card. The zealot card. What did I do? I need to draw hers. I'll draw this one. If I take 1 injury and give a zealot an injury. All right, so she takes an injury, but this one takes 2, so he is dead. All right, there we go. Okay, so this is here. So she moved, she fought, she's done. Now we go to the dock. Well, this door is completely unopened, so he's going to go 1, 2. And actually, you know what? The last time when Riot ended, he should have been able to take an injury off. I'll do that. Then he's going to go 1, 2. And then Riot's going to go 1. Two, and he'll take another injury off the dock. And that's it. All right, now, start of the turn. Frank gets 2 because he's still outside. This is not good. I'm down to just 2 fate tokens now. And there are no enemies. Oh, yeah, the enemies are in here, so I don't have to fight them yet. So now it's Frank's turn. Frank will move in, and he will fight. He rolls 3 dice. And he lost his crowbar, so he's just 3 dice. Oh, man. So he gets a zealot card. If I turn those to fate, he could kill both. Well, no, he could kill one of them. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to. Well, this says take 1 injury and give a zealot. So he takes an injury and he injures a zealot. All right, so one of the zealots is hurt. All right, that's fine. Now, he moved, he fought, so he's done. Whose turn is it? Eleanor. Eleanor will investigate the green Anubis, which is here. This is an event. The corpse here is dressed like a man of the desert. You search him to figure out what happened. He was armed with a broken knife and a shield. All signs say he was defending himself from the zealot. Things clearly didn't go his way. However, take the brown gong. All right. It's a metal shield. So it's a yellow, so she can't equip it. When you roll fight dice, ignore the effects of 1x. Okay, I'll take it. I'll put it under her thing here. Not sure how to do this. Put it right there. Okay, she investigated, and now she will move. She's going to move out here. She's done. Rebecca will move and then move. She's done. The Doc. Doc will investigate the orange Ankh. Event. You feel something watching you in the suffocating heat. You then notice a skull half buried in the sand. Its bottomless eye sockets seem to be staring at you. You dig up a rigid, desiccated body that is much too old to belong to a villager. The body is wearing a pendant with 3 snakes. If there are no more knots of snakes in play, add 2 tokens to the fate. All right, so there's 2 more fate tokens. Nice. There are no knots of snakes in play. All right. Then take the purple hand card. Snake pendant. This jewel is both charming and terrifying. It's worth $2, so he gets that. And so he investigated, and now he can move. I will have him move here. And then Riot. Did I heal the last time? Yeah, I did. Riot will move here for 1, here for 2, and then he'll heal the Doc of his last injury. Or does he want to heal? No, he'll heal him, yeah. All right, that is it for these guys. It is now the start of the turn. He is indoors, so he only takes, at the start of your turn, put 1 fate token. If you're in a sand zone, add 1. If any explorer is supposed to take a fate token, the stock is empty, take the brown hand. All right. I take this one. Man, he's got a lot of fate tokens. Oh, okay. I have a feeling that's going to come back to bite me bad later in the game. He's got so many. Wow. Now, enemies. These 2 guys. All right, so with Frank, there is a zealot. Move a zealot from your zone, from a zone without any explorers to your zone. If you can't, take an injury. So he takes an injury. All right, and then Rebecca also has a zealot. Discard 1 injury from a zealot in your zone. Okay, if that is not possible, take an injury. All right, that's a weird combo. All right, now it is my turn. Frank needs to kill these guys. He will roll 3 dice. Oops, I'm going to re-roll that. I meant to roll them in here. 2 for his zealot. Each one gives a zealot an injury, so I will kill 1 off. And the exclamation says take an injury and give an injury. So the zealot has an injury, and he takes an injury. All right, he's done. Eleanor. I'm going to have Eleanor move 1, 2, because we got to get in this room over here at some point. Although I wonder if that hand is what allows you. We'll have to see. Okay. So she moved. Actually, hold on. Do I want her to come in here? I want her to come in here. She's going to go 1, and she can't do anything else. She could fight. I'm going to have her fight. Why not? I'll have her roll 2 dice. Got a check. That kills it. Puts the last injury on the zealot, so it is dead, and she is done. That was good. All right, so she's done. Now that leaves Eleanor, or Rebecca, to investigate this door, which is the red strange symbol. That one. Again, if anybody knows what that symbol is, let me know. I'm tired of calling it the strange symbol. So this goes away, and it says, oh, it's another room. Oh, it's 2 rooms. Nice. Wow. What is this? This is C. Okay. The door opens into a decent-sized room. It contains a few tables and several stools. Bowls are scattered on the floor. The place seems to be frozen in heavy silence. It's hard to imagine what happened. If there aren't enough knots of snakes left for the setup, use the miniatures from the sand tiles. Use the miniatures from the sand tiles. What? Set up here. Use the miniatures from the sand tiles. I don't know what that means. Miniatures from the sand tiles. Well, we'll figure it out. Knots of snakes, 3 and 3. Oh, man. Okay, so first thing I got to do is I got to make room here. So let's get Eleanor moved. We'll put her up here for now. And I need room B. 1 second. All right. Room B. Okay. There are 3 knots here. 1, 2, 3. And 3 up here. 1, 2, 3. There is a blue strange symbol here. All right, so that door. So Eleanor investigated. I'm not going to have her move because there's snakes. I don't want to get attacked. She's done. All right, next will be the Doc. Doc is going to get out of here. He's going to come in here. He's done. And then Riot, I will have him go 1, and he's done. I'll have him heal Frank of 1 injury. That's it. All right, now, start of the turn. Frank takes 1 fate token because he's indoors. What else? Snakes, nothing. So no enemies. All right. Frank's turn. Frank will move into here for 1 action. And he'll fight. 3 dice. Man, I missed that 4th die. I think I rolled yep, 3 exclamations. Not good. All right, so for his, these are knots of snakes, excuse me. All right, so take 1 injury and move 1 knot of snakes from your zone to an adjacent zone. So I'll move it here. And then he takes an injury. So, boom. Then he takes another injury and moves another snake. And that final injury means he gets a trauma card. Broken thumb. Take 1 injury after each search action. All right, he won't be doing any search actions. And then these go away except for the poison. The poison stays put. And then for the 3rd one, he takes an injury and moves this. So he takes another injury. But all the snakes are now in another room, and I don't care. Leave them there. All right. So he moved and he fought. He's done. Eleanor. Eleanor will move here. She will investigate the blue strange symbol. Event. One of the flagstones under your feet lets out a worrying click as you near some treasure. That does not bode well. A trapdoor in the ceiling opens and a torrent of sand pours out. Remove the knots of snakes and explorers from the room. Then set up the playing area as shown here. 5B. Put the 5B floor on the tile here, and then put the explorers back where they had been. All right, well, these go here. So I get the blue hand, which is, where's the blue hand? Come on. Don't see the blue hand. Didn't I just do the blue hand? No, I did not. All right, well, anyway, it looks like you put the blue gong symbol here, and then you put the blue hand here. So let me get that blue hand somewhere. There it is. All right, there. All right, so that did. Put the explorers back and take the brown snake card. You know this isn't going to be good. The floor of the room is entirely covered in sand. Shapes ripple here and there. It is infested with snakes. If an explorer is in room B at the start of their turn, they roll 1 fight die and apply the results. Okay. So this is here. All right, so that's an event. All right, so I better not send her in here. All right, if you're in the room at the start of your turn. All right, so she investigated, which triggered this, and I'm going to move her out for her 2nd turn. Move, well, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. All right. He's the only one left in there. All right, so I'm going to have Rebecca move in, take the blue hand. Event. For you, this sand trap is nothing more than a diversion, albeit a deadly one. You look for what it could be protecting and find a mechanism hidden in the floor that reveals a hidden door at the back of the room. Ah, there's a door. That's how I'm going to get in there. Okay. There is a red scarab door here. So you do have to go through it to get into that room. Wow. All right. Okay. Not bad. All right. But this is what's going to be tricky. All right. So she moved, she investigated, she's stuck here. Professor. Did I do the green gong yet? I did not. Professor will investigate this green gong. You didn't want to interrupt the zealot during his funeral oration, but he was also clearly the executioner. While searching for clues as to what happened, you trip over a metal pipe. The pipe vibrates and lets off a dull thud, followed by a hissing sound. Add 2 knots of snakes to your zone. You may study the pipe. If you do, an explorer in your zone must take an injury for each knot in the zone. Then roll 3 inspection dice and log the results. Well, take an injury. That means 2 injuries. But you know what? Rebecca could do it. No, she can't. Only Riot and Eleanor. Eleanor has 2. And the doc has none. So I will, it says, you may, if you do an explorer in your zone. So it could be me, an explorer. So I'll take the 2. I'll take the 2 injuries. Is that right? If you do, take 1 injury for each knot. So he takes 2 injuries. And I get to roll 3 inspection dice and record the results. I didn't get it much. I'm going to spend the last gold coin to re-roll this X. And got a book. All right, book and a magnifier. Let me see if I've gotten any rewards yet. Because the rewards you can get instantly. I think I have. And I'll bet you one of these would have been helpful. So, 1, 2 books, 2 torches, 1 magnifier, and 1 gear. I can get the green gong. I already got it. I guess I already got the green gong. The green gong. What is... Did I miss something? I must have missed something. And the green snakehead. Oh, sorry. Looking at the wrong green. Here's the green gong. So I get this. Despite all dangers, searching this incredible sight galvanizes you. As an irresistible desire to discover the secrets makes you giddy. You may immediately earn one of your explorers a level 2 experience card. All right, let's do that. Let me get the experience cards out here and see what I want. I should have done this long ago, or right when I got that reward, but oh well. Okay, so I get a level 2, which means a 2 XP. So let me just pick all those out. I assume that means I could also get a 1 XP, right? But I'll get a 2 XP because they're more expensive. There's a lot of them. All right, let me look and see real quick if there's any of these that will benefit me. Frank might. Eleanor may equip 2 items. Rebecca may equip. Robert may equip. Riot may equip. Frank may equip. Those aren't really going to help me. Robert may use this ability of another explorer in his zone. Ooh. If Robert records an entry, okay. When she rolls fight dice, if Rebecca takes a fate token to turn, she gets an extra. She may use her ability on an explorer in an adjacent room. Her ability is give 1 of your actions. I always forget that. Eleanor. Eleanor never takes injuries while performing search actions. When he rolls fight, he may ignore the effects of 1X. If Frank rolls at least 2 checks, he adds another check. If Riot rolls at least 1 book within, he may discard 1 fate token. None of these are really helpful, but results in logbook, she may check off 1 of the sides rolled with the inspection dice 2 times. Eleanor never takes injuries while performing a search action. That's an interesting one. But I like the fact that she can log results in the logbook. She may check off 1 of the sides rolled with twice. I'm going to take that one. So Eleanor is leveled up. Doesn't really help me in the game or with the combat right now, but we'll take it. The other thing I can do, and I don't believe I can do this yet. Let me see. To get to this third one, I would need 5 torches. I do. I would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books, which I do not have. Okay, so I can't get the green snake head yet. All right, let's keep going. So the professor investigated this, which triggered these snakes. You may study the pipe. I took the injury, and that's that. All right, so now there's 2 snakes. So he can't do anything else other than fight, which is what he'll do now. He rolls 2 fight dice. And he got a check, so a check is enough to kill one, and the X on his knot of snakes is take 1 poison. But he's already got a poison, so he can't take another one. All right, he is done, and Riot, who is here, Riot will fight. Turn 1, he's got a halberd. Turn 1 exclamation into a check. Well, the check is enough to kill it, so it doesn't really matter. And then he will move here, and he will heal the professor. No, he'll heal the professor of 1. Yeah. All right, so he's done, and that is it. It is the start of the turn. Frank takes a fate token. I'm almost out. And now it says, there are no enemies, so I don't have to worry about that. If an explorer is in room B at the start, so Frank's start of his turn, they roll 1 fight die. If it's a exclamation, they take an injury. All right, so he takes an injury. So he's got 2 actions. So he'll go 1, and I'm going to have him investigate that door. Actually, I'll have him investigate the door. So the red scarab, I just want to open that door and get in there. The red scarab, the door doesn't want to open. When you look more closely, you see there are 3 depressions drilled into the stone. If any explorer in your zone has the snake pendant, they discard it and you take the red bird card. I do. In your zone. Okay, so if not, put this back. All right, so that goes back until the professor gets to the door. So Frank is done. Now it is Eleanor's turn. Eleanor will move 1, 2. She was not in here at the start of her turn, so she doesn't have to do that. So she goes 1, 2. The blue gong, I'll have her do that. She can't do the door because the professor has that pendant. Despite the danger, you try to find the hieroglyphics you thought you had seen on the floor before it was covered in sand. Do you take time to search this viper's nest more? Roll 1 inspection die and log the results. Or take 1 injury, roll 2 dice. Or take 1 injury and 1 fate token, roll 3. Well, there's only 1 fate token left, and Frank's going to need it. So I'll just take the 1 roll for free. It's a torch. All right. Okay, so that's her turn. She's done. Eleanor will go 1, and this is gone, right? Yeah, that's gone. So she'll go 1 and stay put. And she has to roll a fight die because she started in the room. I rolled a green check, nothing happens. All right, so now the doc will go 1, 2. He's done. And then Riot is in the room, so he has to roll a fight die. He rolls an exclamation, take an injury, all right? And he will go 1, and because the professor is in my zone, I can do the red door. If an explorer, they discard it, take the red hawk, or, yeah, I guess that's a hawk. No, that's a, is that a hawk or a falcon? It's a falcon. You press the metal pendant into the orifice. The door opens, letting out a sickening odor. There are 3 searchable items in there. There is a snake head, an Anubis, and an Ankh. Ankh and Anubis. All right. Anubis and an Ankh. All right. That's that. All right. So that was Riot. That was the end of his turn. He moved and moved. Now he'll heal. He'll heal Frank for 1. And that is the end of the turn. Frank takes the last token, and it says, if any explorer is supposed to take a fate and the stock is empty, so he won't do that until his next turn. It's empty, but he doesn't need to take one yet. So this is done. I'm going to have Frank move in. 1, Might as well have him move 2. 2. He's done. I will have Eleanor move in and examine the Ankh symbol. Subjugation bracelet. At the start of your turn, do not apply the start of turn effects of human adversaries you are grappling with. Oh, that would mean like zealots. Okay, cool. And she can't equip this because she doesn't have... Oh no, she cannot. She already has the armor equipped. So this goes in her bag. Ah, that's not good. But she does have that equipped. Okay. Man, this game takes a lot of space. All right, and she's also got the link. When she logs... Oh wait, when she logs results in the logbook, she may check off one of the sides rolled. Didn't I just log... I did. I logged a torch, so she gets 2. Because that says she gets 2 anytime she logs a symbol. When you log a result in the logbook, she may check off one of the sides rolled with the inspection dice 2 times. Okay. So she moved and she investigated. So she's done. She got this bracelet, which might come in handy. Rebecca will move in here and look at the blue Anubis. The blue Anubis is Vial of Antidote. Discard 1 poison token from an explorer in your zone. Well, I better give it to... Frank's not in my zone. I'm going to hold on to it and try to cure Frank because he needs all the health he can get. All right, she's done. Professor will go 1, 2. Oh, shoot. They all have to do this. All right, hold on. So Frank started. Frank does nothing. Then Eleanor went, and she gets an injury. Then Rebecca moved, and Rebecca gets nothing. And then Professor moves 2, and he gets an injury. And then finally, Riot will move 1, and nothing happens. Actually, he'll move 2, and he will heal the he'll heal Professor of 1. All right. And this goes away because I'm no longer in that room. I did the blue symbol, so that goes away. So they're now in the room. I still have a feeling I got to go back and kill that snake. I wonder if this door will open now, though. Probably not. All right, so that is the end of the turn. He takes the last fate token. It says I can't do it, so he takes the brown hand. Okay, the brown one. You didn't think you were so badly prepared for this expedition. You miraculously managed to leave this cursed village and go back to camp out of breath to take stock of this sorry chapter in your adventure. Read the negative. Well, I failed, so let's read the negative. Episode 2, the negative. You didn't anticipate the presence of competition here, let alone such fierce opponents. However, you can learn from your mistakes, and you all agree on precautions to take for the rest of the expedition. No one can keep the truth hidden forever. The truth seems to wink at you when, as you leave the village, you discover the body of what was likely a fleeing villager clutching an ancient map in his hand. It shows this site and another. Could it be the cult's headquarters? Take the bonuses from the check marks. During this back at camp phase, all upgrades cost 1 extra coin. Man. All right, so I do not get the merchant, which says gain 2 coins at the end of each start of each turn. Great. But the camp upgrades during this back at camp phase, all upgrades. All right, so I do get some camp upgrades, but they cost. This one costs 5 and this one costs 4, which is pretty good. At the start of each episode, add 2 fate tokens to the stock for $4. For $3, this is what the upgrade costs. During this back, okay, so I got to spend 5 plus 4, 9. Ooh, you may pay 2 coins to take a random artifact from the previous episode. If you don't have the necessary funds or want to save money, you can always buy them later. Okay, that's good to know. Let me look at how many tokens I have. Where is my box? Where is that box? I know I did something with it. Here it is. So right now I have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 coins The professor burned all his coins, so I could buy this, which allows me to add fate tokens. I think I'm going to get that. And I can't get this because it says if you've unlocked the positive, you get this upgrade. So I will not get the merchant upgrade. All right, that's okay. Let's see. So I'm going to choose this costs 5. So that leaves me with just 1 token. I'll put 1 token back in, and these 5 will allow me to buy the what is that? The reserve. I don't know what that means. At the start of each episode, add 2 fate tokens. All right, so at least I'll start with more fate tokens. All right, so that happened. I wonder what this green was. I'm gonna look at it because I just want to know. Read the positive. Oh man, it's